Welcome back to Celebrity Corner. I'm your host, Dorothy Cascerceri. Thank you to my amazing audience. So according to the New York Times, the music industry generated $16.5 billion in revenue last year alone. This number just amazed me. But did you ever wonder what happens behind the scenes of some of your favorite artists and albums? MTV Making the Band winner Donnie Klang, who was handpicked by one of the biggest names in music, P. Diddy, invited me to the recording studio he opened with his partner Matt Laporte in New York for a glimpse into how the magic happens. And he even put me in the hot seat. Take a look. Donnie, you were on Making the Band. Okay, so tell us a little bit about that.
So I just went to an audition in the city. I was standing in line, freezing with hundreds of thousands of people, and made it onto the show. I didn't make it into the group. I ended up getting awarded a solo deal on Bad Boy Records.
That was better though, right?
It was insane. It was like, literally that day, I remember he called me up, my family called me up. The finale of the whole first season was just, that day was the best day of my life. We were in the middle of Times Square, you know, like back when TRL was on MTV.
Oh yeah.
Like the celebrities come to the window and scream, like wave at the fans, everybody's looking up screaming. Like we had that night. It was insane. It was like 10 million people watching.
That's crazy.
I played piano for the first time, literally live on TV. It was crazy. And then he called the 5 names that made it into the group. And my name wasn't called, so for 1 minute, it was like the worst day of my life.
Because you figured I just didn't make it?
Yeah. I looked down at my shoes, and at that time, I had stopped working in a warehouse. And I looked down at my shoes, and I just pictured my shoes back in the warehouse. I'm like, oh no, this is... And it was so crazy. It's like, and it's not over, Don, you have a solo deal on Bad Boy Records.
And he is Diddy.
Yeah.
Right, so... I mean, Diddy is a really, really big name. I mean, not only just in music, but he's really just a mogul of sorts. What was it like to, you know, start out with him and get signed to Bad Boy Records? I mean, how old were you at this point?
21.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more than most people could dream of.
We were just like... We used to say Bad Boy in our songs, like it was just cool.
Yeah.
Like back, he was 1987, More Money, More Problems came out.
Oh yeah, I remember. Let's take a look at the recording studio because, I mean, all these buttons and things around me, I mean, this is really how the magic happens, right? When we hear people on the radio, Britney Spears, Miley Cyrus, well, Miley Cyrus, I don't like to talk too much about her, but, you know, when we hear these singers on the radio, you know, they do have great voices, but they come into recording studios and there's a lot of, you know, magic that happens. So I definitely want you guys to give us a little look into that.
All right, cool.
So Donnie and Matt are putting me in the hot seat in this recording studio. We all know that I can talk on TV, but can I sing? The answer is probably no. Anyway, they hooked me up with a little cheat sheet here so that I remember the lyrics at least. All right, are you guys ready for me?
So shades, I live for the nights, but I live for today. Headed for the future, forget about the past. Tonight's the night, and let's make it last. So here's a toast, raise your glass and say,
I'm gonna live my life one breath at a time. I'm gonna make tonight the best night of my life. Until tomorrow, until the sun comes up, this is the best night ever. Best night until tomorrow, until the sun comes up, this is the best night ever. Best night ever. Let's see, what are my demands going to be next time?
A fan?
High-powered air conditioner. Yeah. A lot of champagne to drink before I start singing.
That'll keep you relaxed.
Yeah. A little bit of face powder to get rid of all this redness in my face because I'm so embarrassed that I'm singing right now.
So this is the wall of fame.
Okay.
Everyone that comes in here, you sign the wall, your artist signature. When you're out there in front of everybody and you're famous, this is the wall you sign. So everyone comes in here, pick a spot on the wall and they sign it. We got names on here: Madison Beer, the girl Justin Bieber,
Right.
I'm on right now.
Right. You're about to have Dorothy Cascerceri on here.
Dorothy on there.
That's definitely the most famous
And,
one. Especially in terms of the music industry.
Exactly.
I mean, my career is going to take off now, right?
That's big.
Okay. All right. Let's.
It's a good thing you wear those heels.
I know, right?
You fit in that spot.
My handwriting is not as good as my voice, unfortunately.
Looks like our 7-year-old.
Oh my gosh. Thank you Audience members, you are too kind. Did somebody pay you to clap after that? Wow, I've done some pretty uncomfortable things in my career, but that definitely takes the cake. Believe it or not, though, I used to take voice lessons when I was in 8th grade. Clearly, I should get a refund on all the money my parents spent on my vocal coach. But anyway, what I thought was interesting about that is you know, the producers. First of all, my producers, you know, bullied me into this. I did not want to do it, but when the producers said, "Oh, you actually don't sound that bad," they were obviously expecting something really bad. But what's interesting is Donnie and Matt were able to, you know, use all of their technical stuff to kind of clean up the way that I sounded. And this is how a lot of people, you know, like reality stars and things like that, that really can't sing, end up with records out and singing careers because of people in the recording studio. So anyway, up next, home decorating ideas inspired by celebrity homes. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Celebrity Corner. When it comes to interior design, celebrity homes take the cake. And here to show us how to achieve the same look on a much smaller budget is the Blontourage from Zoom Interiors. Madeline Fraser, Beatrice Fischelbach, and Lizzie Grover. Hi, girls.
Hi.
And might I also add that these 3 lovely girls are responsible for my beautiful second season set. So, I mean, you did such an incredible job. Your eye for detail is amazing, and it's all about creating a very cool look on a budget, right?
Yep.
So
Yes.
tell me a little bit about your company.
Well, we are an online-based interior design service that provides affordable design for anyone, anywhere across the country.
I'm all about affordable design. I like
Yes.
that. We certainly don't have the same, you know, deep pockets that celebrities have to hire these interior
Exactly.
designers. So
Yes.
I love what you do. So we had talked about, you know, accent walls and how this is the type of way that you can really add something to an apartment or a home or a dorm or whatever it is. But a lot of people think, you know, an accent wall is simply just putting a bunch of photographs or, you know, a few different pieces of artwork, but really it's about diversifying, right?
Definitely, yes.
Okay, so we want to look at 2 celebrity homes and these gorgeous accent walls that
we
they
love.
have. One is Florence Welch of Florence and the Machine. I mean, she has a couple different things going on, very kind of different style, but it all kind of goes together. And then actress Jennifer Goodwin, she has another really great look going on, very different, not too much color going on in Jennifer's home. But you know, tell us kind of what the tips and tricks are for an accent wall.
Well, you know, people think that they're really hard to do, and I think they get a little bit scared when they want to go ahead and do it.
They get overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed, yeah,
Right.
because you think, oh my God, I have so many things to put on this wall, how am I gonna do it? But it's actually really easy, and so we're here to show you how you can do it quickly and on a budget.
I love that. And I think people oftentimes fall into the trap of making their accent walls really matchy-matchy, right?
Yes.
But it's all about kind of different frames and, you know, some photographs, some art, some
Objects.
objects.
Bringing in texture, something that's 3D is really helpful.
Okay, I love that. So what do we have here? Because this is beautiful. Blue is one of my favorite colors.
Yes.
Matches your set.
I know, yes it does.
Yeah, so we have a very easy DIY that we're gonna demonstrate for you guys.
So I'll go ahead and start. So all it takes is a paper clip and some coffee filters.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. And some food dye, coloring dye from your kitchen, and that's
You can
pretty
even
much
leave
it.
it white. I prefer the white just because
These are
I
pretty.
love white. Right. So all you do is you unfold the paper clip, straighten it out,
Okay.
add a little loop at the end so it doesn't pull through, and all you do is bunch and repeat.
That's it.
That's
Over and
literally
over
it.
That's it. It's so simple.
And so you can make them as big or as small as you want to.
We have some small ones in there that only have 5 on there, and then we have big ones with like 20 in here. And
Yeah.
you can see that the paper clip is just hidden down in there.
Oh, you can't even
and
see
you can't
it.
even tell.
yeah.
Okay, and now is this all one piece here or
Yeah,
what's?
so Bee's gonna show us how you dye
Yes.
them.
Oh yeah, okay. Show
Yeah.
us that, please, because
So-
I do like white. It's a clean look, but
White's clean.
Yeah,
If you
white's
want
great.
color, like there, we have red, so we're gonna try to make it kind of pink. Hopefully, we'll see. So go for it with the dye. Just
so you can just pick all this up in the grocery store.
everything's at home.
Super easy.
Yeah.
And now, what about this dye? Are your clothes going to get ruined?
Yes, it got over all my hands and my clothes.
Oh, okay. So you're going to
So
walk out of
maybe
here
wear
with red
gloves.
hands.
I might have red hands, but
Yeah, you should just wear some dishwashing gloves or anything that you have around the house, you know, and it'll help you because it does get on your hands and it's hard to kind of wash off.
so you grab your
I
flour,
like that.
bunch it up.
And then you just dip
And
it
then
in
dip
there.
it.
You dip it about a quarter of the way up and kind of let it absorb, and it kind of gets that kind of ombre look.
I like that.
Which is really
so
nice.
it's darker at the
And then-
end and then lighter as
And
it
it
gets
has
towards
this
the
really
bottom.
nice effect with the darker colors at the tips just when it dries. So then
I love
that
it.
happens overnight when it's drying. And coffee filters are made not to break the paper when it gets wet, so
they're
it's
actually
perfect.
pretty durable.
And then you
Yeah.
just pull them apart and nothing rips because it's coffee filter.
What a
And then
gorgeous
you're
color.
starting to make
it's
a
like
flower.
watermelon
Yeah.
color. That
Yeah,
is so
it's kinda pink
beautiful.
and neon.
Oh, I love that. It's inexpensive. It's easy. You gotta get your hands dirty, you know, a
Well,
little
actually,
bit.
the red's
but-
okay. The blue's worse. The red's
Okay,
okay.
fair enough.
The red's fine.
I won't go near the blue. And then you have it
Yeah,
here
so
on
then what we did is we
a
just took an
shoebox.
old shoebox. We just had it lying around our apartments, and we grabbed it, and we took, you know, a trusty hot glue gun.
Okay.
This is very handy if you have one lying around. Otherwise, you can get some, you know, super glue that dries quickly. You just
Okay.
do a few dots, put it around on the top of that shoebox, and the great thing is you have a ledge here. So you can actually just go ahead and put 2 nails in,
And just
level them
hang
off,
it.
hang it on a wall.
It's nice and light. So
Nice
this
and
is
light.
not something
just
that you have
paper.
to ask, you know, your boyfriend or your dad or anyone else to do. This
Anyone
is
can
something
do this,
that
yeah.
women are capable of doing.
Yeah, girl power.
And then you can either put it in a frame or you can hang it on its own, right?
Yeah, so like we
I
brought
love
this
it.
kind of cool frame, and
I
you
like
can,
that.
you know, if you hang the frame, then you can go ahead and hang this in it. and
Very
it's,
beautiful.
It's kind of a fun.
Oh, isn't that great? Girls, thank you so much to Zoom Interiors for
Thank
coming on the
you.
show, and thank you for the incredible set. I know that you also worked with allmodern.com to secure a lot of the pieces, and girls, I just have to thank you because it's so beautiful and it feels so homey.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, of course, and thank you also to Lulu's for my wardrobe each week. And tune in next Thursday night, 6:30 in New York on WVVH, and 7:30 in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware on WMCN, and online at DorothyOnTV.com. Thanks, guys.